traders, staying cold. No emotions that letting the charts unfold. Price don't care how you feel inside. Stick to the plan, let the trade decide.
Emotional traders, worst in the game. Chasing the hype, then shifting the blame. FOMO hit, now they overpay. Price pull back, they run away. Panic sell, then watch it rise. Now they mad, tears in their eyes. Seasoned traders don't play that route. Stick to the plan, no fear, no doubt.
No emotions, trade it right. Stick to the rules, no fight or flight. Let the market move, don't chase, don't fold. Patience wins, let the charts take hold.
Yeah, let the charts take hold. Seen them flip-flop, switch up fast. Another bad trade just like in the past. Hold too long, then panic late. No stop loss, now they seal their fate. News hit quick, now they all react. Trade intuition, don't fall for that. Levels stay firm, watch the trend. Stick to the process, profits extend.
Fear and greed, it clouds the mind. Gotta stay sharp, don't fall behind. Stick to structure, don't lose control. Let the trade breathe, let the profits roll. No emotions, trade it right. Stick to the rules, no fight or fight. Let the market move, don't chase, don't fold. Patience wins, let the charts take hold.
Let the charts take hold. Trade intuition, don't move off fear. Follow the plan, make do trade clear. New traders fall, cause they trade too fast. Market moves slow, let the setup last. No second guessing, no hope, no wish. Let the trade hit, let the profits flip. Price don't care about what you feel. Logic wins, that's how you build.
If you fear the dip, don't take the trade. If you chase the wick, you'll never get paid. Gotta trust the levels, trust the zone. When it lines up, let the play be known. Market makers playing the weak. Shake them out, make them retreat. Trade intuition, don't fall for the game. Stick to the plan, stay in your lane. No emotions, trade it right. Stick to the rules, no fight or flight. Let the market move, don't chase, don't fold. Patience wins, let the charts take hold.
Mail emotions, let the charts cold. Fear, no doubt, just grind here. Mark the levels, let it play. Let's make this money the right way.
That's right, guys. Let's make this money the right way. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Bingo bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is your time. It's always time. That's right, to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition, where we show you how to successfully trade without all the complicated terms or pattern memorization. We make trading not as difficult as most people tend to make it. Now, in this video, we are going to have a special topic. One is basically buying the dip and buying the lows. Like, how do you know when it's at the bottom? These questions we're going to be answering at the very beginning of the show after Bitcoin. If you have any questions, please ask me. And it's very important that you ask questions to myself and anybody else that you see out there. They may, be amazing traders, but these questions I think are very important to see if they truly know what they're talking about, in my opinion. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Crypto bubbles on the hourly. We got going up, kind of. Almost 1%, almost 1%, almost 1%. Yay. IP up almost 2%. What does the day look like? Ooh, dog it. Down, down, down. Now, of course, I am not a YouTuber or influencer that says, I told you guys, Wednesday, Thursday, I was, I think it was Wednesday. I'm telling you that the price is going to come down, but no, price goes up, price goes down. And what we got to do is find the levels. Find the levels, and we're going to be talking about levels on Bitcoin in just a moment. But this is what we do. This is how you trade, level by level. All right, moving on. Liquidations heat map. This is we're gonna have our. Hopefully, we're gonna do it to where we can go to Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy finally showed up yesterday. It was amazing. And then what did he do? He made me cuss on air. He didn't make me do it, but his actions led me to a reaction of cussing. and it was pretty funny. But first time he's been on it like forever, because he doesn't like how I talk about certain people. I speak the truth. Some people like it, some people don't. Hey, you know, if you're fat, you know, you're fat. People tell me, Joe, you're fat. I know, it's the truth. If I say, oh, that dude's a scammer, we can get mad. He's a scammer. Anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Now, is it gonna hurt my feelings? No, because I know I'm fat. Same thing with him. It shouldn't hurt his feelings because, well, everybody knows that he's a scammer. Anyway, those that know how to trade, know. Those that don't. So there's two things. One, it'll either prove to me that you are very new in trading and you don't know how to trade. You can still make money without knowing how to trade. Or morals, ethics, integrity aren't there because you know he's hurting new traders. Liquidation heat map, 24-hour time frame. We do have 96.4 and also 96.6, right about 100 million. Not too shabby. Down here we have about 40 million and it's at 94.6, and then we have a whole bunch right here, so about 100 million. Same thing to the downside. Let's go to the 12-hour time frame. Let's see. Hey, we got Quick Smoker in the house. What's up, man? What's going on? Back to my normal routine after a busy couple of weeks. Hey, there you go, my friend. Very nice. This is a very interesting video live stream they're going to be doing. Very interesting. Here we, of course, we have the liquidations right up top or on the bottom. How do we know? Is it going to go up first and then go down, or down first and then go up? The only way you can know this is if you trade level by level, because it's impossible for the price to go up here without breaking this level. It's impossible. It's impossible for the price to come down here without breaking a level on the bottom. It can't do it. It can't do it. So this is why we trade level by level. Very important. All right. So let's get rid of this crypto bubbles. And let's go to the chart. Let's go to the chart. Let's go to the chart. So this is what we were talking about past few days as far as potential coming down. We just need to know when it's ready to come down. Now, this was an area we're looking at 96.372. And we're saying that if it breaks down, because we don't know, but if it breaks down, we do have a higher likelihood of a pullback due to the recent run up. Look at all this run up. You know, it even started over here. We had all this run up. So we have a higher likelihood that it may come down. We don't know when it's going to come down until it starts. Nobody knows what's going to happen until after it happens. We do have levels though, and each level is an indication that it might continue until it stops and it reverses. Well, Joe, how do you know when it's going to do that? We don't. Nobody knows when it's going to reverse. Now we have tools that will help us. The fib retracement tool, moving averages, point of control, value area high or low, all the VWAP, all those tools help us see what might potentially be support resistance levels. But price action is king. Price can do whatever it wants. If it wants to break through those levels, it'll break through it. With that being said, this was our level. Price was about here. Price did come down, bounced off of this level, came up, broke this high. Amazing. Now it would be nice, 50% retrace of this move for it to potentially continue going up until it finally rolls over. It didn't do that. It came down here, tried to find support. It's on the 1 hour time frame. Came down, bearishly retested this, came down, beautiful, nice extension leg coming down to up, and it bouncing right around this area. So this is giving us a bear trap. Now with this bear trap, here's the thing, guys. This is extremely important. Listen. This is very important. Coming close. Anybody you watch, you must make sure that they know what they're talking about. It's extremely important. Now, granted, we're all learning. I'm learning. I don't know it all. There's no way I can know it all. Every year, every month, every week, whatever it is, every year, I'm improving and improving because now I have more data to get my whether trend lines or support resistance levels or indicators or whatever it is. I have more data that I'm putting together collectively that gives me a better outcome of what might happen. I strongly urge everybody, whether it's your favorite YouTuber or somebody that you just started watching, ask them questions. And this is why I'm always begging everybody here to ask me questions. Ask me questions, see if I know the answer, or if I stumble on my words, or maybe I have it up here, but I can't get it out here. If I have it up here and I'm, you know, a 99% winners of all my profits and everything, I'm like, my win rate is like crazy amazing, I'm 99%, but I can't go from here to here. How does that help you? I can just brag all day. I can just brag all day. Hey, we got Mario in the house. What's up, Mario? Appreciate you, man, for being here. So this is why it's extremely important to and it's very hard if you have somebody your favorite and you always watch them and you've kind of grown with them, you know, you know their wife's name and their dog and their cat and their parrots and their goldfish, and like you built that relationship with them. Ask them questions. See if they truly know what they're talking about. A great question to ask is what confirms a bull trap? Like, how do you know it's a bull trap? When do you know it's a bull trap? How do you know it's a bear trap? How do you know it broke the level? How do you know this is the lowest it's going to go? How do you know if you're buying the dip, or is it going to keep on dipping? These questions are extremely important. And if your mentor or person you're watching is unable to explain that part, I would I'd be careful. I would be careful. Now, granted, if they don't know, that's fine. Again, we're all learning. If they don't know, that's fine. Hopefully that question will lead them to investigate. Man, you know, I was kind of embarrassed. I kind of blew it up a little bit, and you know, I went on with the show. But let me see how to buy the bottom. How do I know it's the bottom? And then they'll go and research and everything. And so that's actually going to make them a better trader and educator. So the next time they get that question, so how do you know this is the bottom? Oh, well, this is what we have to look for. A, B, and C. Boom, done. Now they're prepared. So definitely ask people questions. And this is why I'm always asking you to ask me questions, because I want you to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. Because if not, you're just here for the fun. Granted, I appreciate that, but my goal is to make people money. That's my goal. And if there's something that I don't know, I'll either let you know, or I'll tell you what I do know about it, or we'll look it up together. It's so important. Now, let's see. Mr. T says, "You are the master, bro." I'm learning, man. I'm trying to catch that grasshopper. I really am. Now, there's a lot of people out there. Now, of course, this was from yesterday's show. If y'all did not watch yesterday's show, I actually created a clip that pretty much summarized yesterday's show. Always watch my videos, guys. I cannot stress this enough. Like, I'm showing you how to, you know, make money. I'm showing you this right here. Worst trading lesson. Only 13 people have watched it in 13 hours. I am literally working on one person per hour. Horrible. It's horrible. Now, how can people find out about me? Well, only with your help. If you like the videos and comment, and several comments, well, then that is going to help promote the channel. I can only do this with you. Now, that video, it summarized this, where it was talking about the point and control, you know, because I'm basically explaining nothing's magnets. He's saying, call BS on that. This and this are magnets. Then, of course, you know, I'm going to listen to these people, which these guys are really good. These guys are really good. Hands down, I love these guys. I'm going to watch these people because, well, they're successful. Hey, go for it, man. Keep on doing your thing. My only thing is keep an open mind. And if something disagrees or is different from your mentors, you might want to take a look at it. And especially if you're explaining something. Now, this is why I always ask, and of course, different time frames. And I mean, just so many, oh my gosh, I don't know how this, man, that's all I'm gonna say about that. But just to let you know, and we actually invited him on the show, like, come on the show. But he's gonna go to Alex first and then hopefully come to us. But my thing is, like, I want to show people how to trade. And am I wrong? Sure, I can be wrong. But what I want to do is I want to have a discussion to where we can, you know, go back and forth. And the thing is, whenever you're talking to me, I'm having an open mind. The reason is because everything you say, I can prove you wrong. I'm just saying. Everything that I say, if you think about it, it really explains what you're seeing and what you're doing. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Could I be completely wrong? Sure. Why not? Why not? Let's see here. Hold on. See here, Mario. So now Mario, he's a great trader, and I think he's saying that I'm wrong. And again, let's go ahead and see what he says here. Mario says, no offense, Joe, but you're dumb. Ouch. Ouch. No offense. But that magnet sub, I can put a random line on the chart, and you will see that at some point, dude, fire. Fire. I talk about this. Mario, I think we just became best friends. And you will see that at some point, the price will move towards it and away from it. We wish it was that simple as a magnet. Dude, I thought you were going to say that myself was wrong. And I think you're a great, I don't know how you trade, but just based off of the comments, I can tell you're a great trader. Do you lose? Sure, of course. Do you win? I'm pretty sure way more than you lose. And this is what I tell everybody too, as far as the, you know, and let's put our target way up here. It's going to hit. You give it enough time, it's going to hit. Will this target hit faster? Yes. Why? It's lower. Yeah. But people they don't see that. Like, and I've done it before too on the live streams where I close my eyes and I just pick random spots and then I pull my fib. I was like, oh, look, it's under this level, it's under this level. The more time you have, the more it's going to go. And it may not hit this week, this month, this year, maybe next year, but it'll hit. And same thing with trend lines, with a trend line. And that's why I always explain with trend lines, you give it enough time, it'll break. For example, let's go right here. We do this to, let's just say this one. And people, what they will do is they will draw this trend line and they're like, oh, look, it broke the trend line by the breakout. No. You give this enough time. I didn't know this stuff. You give it enough time, it will break out. Unless it does something like this. But you give it enough time, you give it, it's eventually going to run out of room. And then eventually it's going to break out. You can't see it. Eventually it's going to break out. And there's people that I see that literally the chart is like this, or the price action is like this, and they have it, you know, kind of spread out, but the chart is literally like this, and they'll do a trend line like that. Give it enough time, it will break it. This is why I try to show you different ways of trading. Is mine correct? For me, it is. Is mine the most correct? I'm still learning. But to me, this is really important to understand all this stuff. All right. Let's see here. Crypto Creek says, whiff, buy now. Well, I'm pretty sure that's a negative on that. But we will look at whiff. And I'm going to put buy now, question mark. My goal is to teach you how to trade. That's my goal. DJ Next says, keep doing what you're doing, brother. You're going to have thousands of views soon. I hope so, man, because this is extremely demotivational or demotivating. There's videos that I make for my VIP group all the time. And then it's like, you know what, let me make a video for YouTube. 14 views. There we go. This is songs. These are songs. These are good songs. I work on like 4 or 5 hours to make these songs. Here, spot fakeouts. Only 48 people have watched it. This is extremely important. Avoid bad trades. 37 people. Price action secrets. Only 40 people. 73 people. Like, these should have 1.3 million views, in my opinion. Because this is literally showing you how to trade without saying, oh, well, if you want to learn, join my group. Here's my stuff right here. Here's my group. Here's my group info. And with this, you don't need to join my group to learn how to trade. I give you everything here for free. Oh my gosh, that's gonna make me upset or frustrated. But I show you everything here for free. Anyway, moving on. All right, let's go ahead and get started with Bitcoin. And then we're gonna do WIF. If the person who requested is still here, we will do that. Here's my stuff. This gives you access to me almost 24/7. You have exact prices when to enter, videos, we move up stop losses, all that fun stuff. If you want this is something I offer. This is not for sale. If I was selling you something, I'd be very cautious as what I tell you. Tell you everything. I show you how to trade so that you can buy this. Some people don't have money. I make you money. Not financial advice, of course. All right. But nobody does that. What they do is they'll give you little bits and pieces. Oh, if you want to learn, join my group. That's how they get rich. I want to get rich with you, not because of you. I show you how to trade. I show you how to make money. And then you join the group. I'm getting rich with you guys. Getting rich with you. All right, here we go. See here. What do I think Bitcoin's going to do? Well, when the price was here, we're saying that if it crosses this level, it might come down. It ended up going up higher. It's coming down here. Then it got rejected here, rejected. So if you have any questions, guys, please ask me, please. Oh man, I looked at the viewer count. Oh my gosh. Trying not to do that. Let's see here. Mario says, buddy, I code my own indicators, and based on the code I create, I will use my discretion to decide if I'll take my trade or not. The targets and my targets are dynamic based on the move. Yep. Very true. See, Crypto Creek says, why your arrows show more down? Oh, because I stopped my thought process there. Today, we're going to continue it. We do this every day. We do this every day. Sometimes a few times a day. I'll do bonus streams. So make sure to have my channel on, the notifications on. All right, moving on. So here's where the price was at this time. We're saying possible bounce if we're going to go up, possible bounce, and then maybe come up here. Then the next day, price was here. I believe it was the next day, or the next time I streamed, price was here. And I'm saying that, I believe here, you know, because now it looks like it retraced and looks like it's making a higher low, potentially coming up. Would like to see a bounce here and come up some more. If not, then our thought process from the previous show continues, coming down to about, at the time we didn't know this was here when we drew this, but then this got created. So now we use this as well. And here's the thing, guys, like we never know what's going to happen. We can only have our thought process based off of the data that we have at the moment. So as we're getting more data, we can have more thought process, and the thought process is ever evolving. It's not really changing. It's just evolving. Oh, it did this and this the last time I saw it. Well, then now more than likely it might do this because it's either gaining strength or losing strength. So that's what we're always doing. So here we're saying that we might bounce here, which was right on this area, which is good. Come up to this area, and it did come up and then got rejected. And I'm saying possibly break through this trend line, which is from the previous cycle, and also this level since we drew that. Sure enough, it broke it. It came up, doing a lower high. Gotta get some water. All right. And then let's see here. Coming down to this next level, all these levels that I'm putting these for my group and also YouTube. 95.368. This is a level that we need to watch. And all this is just levels. And these are the levels for our short. And if you wanted to short, you can. And of course, we are shorting. I think we're only in 2 trades for shorts. Could we be in more? Sure, why not? Do you need to be? No. Do you need 20 trades all in the positive? No. You need 1 or 2. You know. Anyway, so this was our first level, saying that possible short. Here's our second level. Here's our third level. And then this is the, and if we break this level, there's a pretty good chance that we're going to come down and continue coming down, because this was the level that we needed to remain above when we were doing this over here. See here. Oh wait, no, it's wrong level. It's this. Oh, it's this yellow one. Oh, I think I have it the same. I have it marked the same. Anyway, it's 94,270. This is our main key level. Right here. It's the top of this zone. So this is our key level that we need to remain above in order for us to potentially stay bullish, which I'm not bullish. Even though we are changing the trend potentially, this is the transition phase of the trend. We can see lower highs, lower lows. We kind of started changing the trend here by this beginning transition, but then, you know, we stopped doing higher highs and we continued coming down. Then we can see we need to break this high. This all comes down to market structure. Then we need to break this high to potentially start the uptrend. We broke this level, great. We need to break this level. We broke this level, amazing. Now we need to break these other levels. You know, we have this level, we have this level. This is our main level. We have this level, we have this level. But every level we break, so here's the main one right here. This, there's like kind of like a steps, kind of like what we showed down here. Same way going up. Is our first area needs to break, second area, third area. The more areas that breaks going up, the more likely that we're going to continue going up. Now, granted, the only thing price has to do is go up and down. Go down. I'm losing people. Crypto Creek, are you still here? Oh man, this is so depressing. So depressing. Maybe there was an ad. Okay. The only thing price needs to do is go up and down. That's it. And down and up. So here, if it breaks this level right here, 92 once, so basically this right here, the candle body close. If it breaks this level, man, there's a great chance we're gonna come down here for this, maybe this, and we trade level by level. That's all we do. So let's go and put this back on. Put 1 hour time frame. I love doing the 1 hour time frame. And let's kind of zoom in. What do I think now is going to happen? I think it's going to come up to the most here and then reverse. That's what I think. So let's go ahead and let's just remove this one because I keep on moving that. Why do I think it's going to come up to here? Well, if we do a fib retracement from the very top to this potentially being the pivot right there, this level right here is between the 3.2 and the 0.5. I really thought it was a 0.5, but I do think it's going to be right around here. So now my thought process is we come up to about here, maybe even a little lower to the 3.2. Oops, wrong one. I'm going to say 3.2. Oh, let's take that off. So I do think we're going to come up, make a lower high than this, then possibly bounce here, and then come down, take this level out. I don't think we're going to roll over yet. I think we're going to go up first and then come down. That's what I think. Now, if it goes up, the decision point would be right here. And then this is where we would attack this level to continue up. But I don't think so. I think I'll do this. So what I like doing is I like showing you my plan A and my plan B. Because any YouTuber out there can say, oh, it's either going to go up or down. And then if it goes up, they win. If it goes down, they win. So is crypto Creek still in here? See, Handyman says, I just found you today. I'm listening. Oh, good, man. Thank you, Handyman. And of course, subscribe. What I do on this channel is I show you how to actually trade. I have songs called Hindsight Hustler or Replay Millionaire. There's so many people out there that'll show you how to trade based off of what already happened. How does that help me for the current moment? It doesn't. It shows you how they're right almost all the time because they know what happened. And in this video, we are going to go over a few different things. One, whoever you're watching, ask them questions. I literally beg every single day people to ask me questions. What does it do? One, it helps people who are new understand the questions. Two, it verifies that I know what I'm talking about. And three, maybe you want to watch somebody else because maybe I can't explain what I'm doing. So or maybe you can just, oh man, this is full of BS. Like I think he's just making stuff up as he's going along. I'm not going to waste my time anymore with this guy. So that's why it's extremely important to ask questions because you can see if they know what they're talking about. Now, granted, we're all learning. All of us are learning. And I don't know all of it, not even close. But I tell you what I do know, it makes a lot of people very successful because I'm able to share what I know. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Kate Diggity says, I'm always late to the party. No, man, we're pretty good here. Okay, so the first question, I think it's going to go down. I think it's going to go up first and then come down. And then this is my next plan B. So that is my thought process here. Now, what we covered today on the show, one, I want you to start asking questions to the people you watch. And I would love for you to just kind of understand their thought process. Two is we're going to answer the question because what I do is I go to a bunch of channels and I see what they do and how they interact and how they teach and everything else. And then I ask them questions. One of the questions I asked on one of the YouTubers' channels was, how do you buy? And the only reason I asked is because he made a comment. He's like, oh yeah, this person was trying to buy the dip on this coin, but well, it kept on dipping. And he kind of made it sound like, the person who was asking, because he was buying the dip, but he keeps on buying the dip. That person, like, he needs to know how to buy the dip. And it sounded like the person who was giving the information knew how to buy the dip because what kind of like laughed at it is like, yeah, he just didn't know how to buy the dip. So my question was, how do I buy the dip? And he kind of danced around it a little bit and then changed the subject. And you can tell that he doesn't know. You can tell this. And it's okay. We don't know everything. Hopefully that was a wake-up call to learn so that when he gets that question asked again, he knows how to answer it. Then because he danced around it, I asked him again. But this time it was more of a, not so much for him to put a defense. I said, so how can I buy the dip? Because I buy, sometimes it keeps on going lower, which it doesn't. Well, I wouldn't say it doesn't, but I know the difference. So in this video right now, we're going to explain how to buy the dip. Let's see here. Mario says, I'd like to sell the deep and watch the buyers scream. Yeah. Very true. See here. Ay. All right. So we're going to show you how to buy the dip. We're going to take this off. That way we don't get confused. And let's see here. I'll just do this. Okay. So the very first question is, how do you buy the dip? Now, my answer to buying the dip is, well, what's the difference between buying the dip and buying a falling knife? What is the difference? Time. Time is the difference because now we have more data. If you bought the dip here and the price broke this level, great. It is better to buy the dip and safer to buy the break of the newly created high, because this is showing a potential change in trend. Right now, we're currently doing downtrend. The highs are getting lower and the lows are getting lower. This is the first high that's broken. This could have been potentially buying the dip. This is more aggressive. This is, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. Crazy face and a whole bunch of hair just all over the place, just crazy. You gotta be crazy to do this. But granted, when you do buy this and it goes to the moon, well, this is you posting on X saying how you're the best, join your group, you know everything, etc., etc. This is safer. This is Mr. Nerdy McGee right here, wearing glasses and everything, has his hair slicked because, well, he's Mr. Nerdy McGee. And he's got a big old smile. He's got a big old smile because he knows how to buy the dip. When you buy the dip, what you're doing is you're buying the break of a newly created high. Next question, what time frame? Is this a 5-minute time frame or is this a daily time frame? The higher the time frame, the stronger the move. The lower the time frame, the higher risk it is, because we have a lot of volatility, ups and downs, versus on a 4-hour candle, all you see is this. Is all you see. So if you want to be, higher risk equals higher rewards, then what you want to do is you want to buy on a lower time frame and maybe here. But you could have tried that same thing here and then it rolled over. And then the same thing here as it's coming up. And then it rolled over. I put the wrong circle. And then here. This, you just keep on buying the dip. This is the wrong way to buy the dip, or the more aggressive way, depending on your trading style. My buying the dip is when it breaks the newly created high. And again, depending on how aggressive I want to be, sometimes I'll do the 15-minute. Usually I'll do, depending on the market cap of the coin as well. The lower the market cap, the faster it can move. Sometimes I'll do a 1-hour time frame, sometimes a 4-hour time frame. I want to be safe. I want to be Mr. Nerdy McGee. This is me right here. The only difference between buying the dip and catching a falling knife is time. The more time we have, the more data we have, the more data, the more candles, the more likelihood we're waiting for a break of resistance. If we cannot break this resistance and it goes down, we just keep on buying and buying. This is how you buy the dip. There you go. Let me catch up on the chat. Let's see here, going down the list. See, Melissa says, I buy falling knives. Don't do it. Don't do it. But right here, I have a song about this, guys. I have a song about this called Buy the Dip. And in that song, it has a verse saying, they always tell you, buy the dip, but they never say when. That's right. Do I have that song here? If so, I want to listen to it. I don't have this song. Y'all got lucky. I got Hindsight Hustlers. There's a lot of them. Risk management. Still my chart. No emotions. Okay. So that's how you buy the dip. Now, the next question is how do you buy the bottom? Like, when do you know the bottom is? Well, same scenario when it comes to buying the bottom. Let's say price is doing this. This is on the, okay, so here's a few things that we have to understand when it comes to this. How do you know this is the bottom? One, this is a must guarantee. You must be on a higher time frame, preferably the daily, if not higher than that, 3-day, week, whatever you want to do. But the minimum is the daily. When you're on the daily time frame, you want to ask yourself, is this the bottom? Should I buy now, or could it come down lower? And what we're doing is we're looking for the trend. Right now, we can see that we're in a downtrend, lower highs, lower lows. It's just really quick. Then you can kind of see we're kind of curving a little bit where the degrees of decline is not so intense. We're starting to kind of go sideways. So this is saying that we might potentially be changing the trend. Once it breaks this level, potential uptrend, we don't know. And then it retraces, it comes up, it makes a lower high, and then it comes all the way down, breaking this low. Now we just made a lower low. Ah, crap. We never know when the bottom is. We never know until after the fact. Now, once we have more candles breaking the highs and not breaking the lows, then we're in an uptrend. So this was the bottom. Do we know that this is the bottom in the moment? Nope. Because the price action could, we never know what's going to happen, do this. And now it's traveling in this range until it either breaks up or breaks down. We never know what's going to happen. So in order for us to say this is the bottom, or at least this is the bottom at the moment, we need higher highs and higher lows. These questions should be able to be answered very easily with anybody you're watching. If they are unable to explain how to identify a low, as far as all-time low or the bottom, be careful, because this is like the fundamentals. This is how you trade. Now, could those people be very successful and make a whole bunch of money and have more than $14 in their account? All I have in my bank account is $14. I always say that. I love it how all these YouTubers out here love to say, well, I just sold 4 Bitcoin and I plan on buying 10 of them this weekend. Thanks, man. I'm over here seeing if I could use this. I'm just trying to think of stuff. Use my ramen. You know, if I could, what else can I put in my ramen? I already put wieners, I already put egg, I already put bologna, I already put, you know, I found, you know, there was a carrot way in the back of the fridge and it looked okay. You know, I'm looking for stuff I can put in my ramen because I have no food. And you're over here, oh, you're gonna buy 10 Bitcoin. How does that make me feel? Why do I even care about you? I don't care about you. I care about my light. I care about my bills. I care about my stuff. So, and I just find it funny that all these YouTubers out here, yes, well, I just sold, you know, 17 Bitcoin and I'm thinking about re-entering and, you know, maybe this weekend I'll go and buy a villa. Okay, good for you, man. I'm worried about my light. You know, I have to stream when it's daytime. Man, that'd be horrible. That'd be horrible. Anyway, you get my point. You get my point. I have $14, guys. I have $14. And I say that all the time. I always say that. Because it just amazes me how many YouTubers love to talk about how much money they have. And there's some YouTubers that are out there that show it either by accident or like, you know what, this is just for the private stream. I really don't like showing how much money I have. And they have a lot of money. They got good money, but they're not flaunting it. They're not, you know, so mad respect to those guys. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Mario says, yes, I should have wrote early buyers. Not sure what you're talking about. Okay. See, Mario says, need to wait accumulation to happen. You are 100% on it and better after the level sweep. Yeah. Now, granted, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. And whenever you're asking questions, here's a huge red flag. If they only refer to what's already happened, if they only refer to what's already happened so they can teach you certain things, just be careful, because what they're doing is they're pinpointing certain things to show you that their thought process is right. My theory is, sure, I might show you here, but what I'm doing is I'm also showing you this right here, what I think might happen. And there's a lot of times where it goes exactly where I think, and there's times where it doesn't. And you know, sometimes am I right? Yeah, sure. Sometimes am I wrong? Definitely. But it's never, you know, to where, for example, I had asked a question in reference to buying the dip, and the very first thing the person I was looking at and asking a question, he goes and he's like, well, let's just kind of look at it right here. So when would you want to buy the dip? You know, would you want to buy the dip right here? No, because I mean, look, it came down even further. Like you probably wouldn't, and this is what he said though, you know, you probably wouldn't have known that it came down further, but it came down further. So, you know, when it comes to buying the dip, and he's, you know, talking about certain times in the market, no, I showed you up top how to buy the dip. That's how you buy the dip. That's how you explain buying the dip. We never know what's going to happen. And that's the biggest thing. We never know. This is why I trade level by level. Price cannot go up until it breaks this level. It's impossible. Until it breaks this level, until it breaks it, it cannot go up unless it breaks those. That's what I teach. Hey, we got me, Damien, in the house. What's up, me, Damien? Appreciate you, man, being here. Yeah, I was going over how I was watching some YouTubers earlier today, and very important, ask these people questions. Ask people questions, and I encourage everybody to be watching other people. Everybody. Very important, when you ask people certain things, see how quick they respond. See if they're thinking about it. See if they understand the question, for one, and two, understand how to explain it. Now, again, am I right 100% of the time? Nope. Do I think my way is the only way of trading? Nope. This should be the basics of teaching, of learning. Did I know this at the beginning? Sure didn't. It took me forever to learn this. But if somebody asked me how to buy the bottom, I can answer that question. How to buy the dip, I can answer that question. You know, what we need is more time. And we're all learning. I'm learning. But it's extremely important to understand that. So, Damien, this is a great video. You might want to rewind it maybe like 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I forget how long I've been talking. But I talk about all this. And this is extremely important for everybody to know. And that way, if you get that question, or if, you know, somebody asks you the question later on, you're able to answer it. Now, do I think I know it all? Nope. I know what I know. And the biggest thing is, everybody would tell me buy the dip, and I would. It dipped, and then it would dip more, and then more. When does it stop? I lost so much money learning how to trade. So much money. Now, if you want to learn faster, join my group. If you don't have this money, we have monthly as well. But if you don't have this money, no problem. Ask me questions here. You know, make sure I know what I'm talking about. And man, I stress this out. So I watched a lot of people today. Today was homework day to get topics. And what I do is, whenever I ask a question, now meet Damien, he has a YouTube channel. Crypto Princess, she has a YouTube channel. Of Road Dog Crypto, he has a YouTube channel. There's so many people that come over here that have a YouTube channel. And my first thing that I strongly recommend to everybody is ask them questions. Now, if I ever ask you a question, just know I know the answer. But what I'm doing is I'm helping other people that may not know to ask that question to get your perspective on it. And that's why I say people here too, everybody who's here, test me. See if I know what I'm talking about. Because let's just say I know how to trade and I'm showing you all these wins and wins and wins and wins. And then you ask me a question and I can't answer it. Well, how am I only showing you my wins? Or did I just get lucky? Or, you know, there's so many different variables that could come into play. But if you ask me a question and I'm able to answer it, well then, you know, you know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. Like, you can teach this. And what I always recommend is ask me questions. And for one, it'll show that I know what I'm talking about. And two, it'll help out other traders. Now, if I don't know the answer, I mentioned this earlier, if I don't know the answer, well, I'll look, we'll figure it out together. And then if you do know the answer, well, then teach me, please. There's been a few people on here who was like, man, I didn't know that. Let's get together and like, I want to learn that. I am like a sponge. I do not have blinders on to where, you know, I may say something. There are no magnets. There are no magnets in crypto. The only magnets is this right here. This is the only magnet in crypto. That's right. This is the only magnet in crypto when you're charting. That's it. There are no magnets in crypto. And all these mentors that are out here, very popular mentors, very profitable mentors, very successful mentors, huge following, the whole nine. I hear them say it all the time. Look at this. Here's our PLC and this is our magnet. No, that's not a magnet. Look at our VWAP. This is our magnet. No. Look at our 200 SMA. This is our magnet. No, no, no. Can't say that enough. I remember you explained your buy the dip strategy, Joe. I remember, yeah. Very true. All right, moving on. Let's see here. One on the list. See, Mark says they all started with $14, Joe. Very true. Then they created groups. And then if you want to learn how to trade, well, then you join their group and then they become millionaires. That's right. So Joe, why don't you have more than $14? You have a group. But I'm doing something different. I'm not saying join my group so I can teach you how to trade. I'm saying join my group after you learn how to trade. Some people don't join it because, well, they already know how to trade. Why would they join it? Well, if you want, you have access to me almost 24/7, setups, move up stop losses, the whole nine, but I teach you all this. I'm not trying to get rich off of you. I want to get rich with you. For that reason, I give you everything. Ask me questions. I will never say, oh, well, that's in my paid group. Come join my paid group so I can get rich off of you. Let's get rich together, man. K Diggity has some cooking advice. So K Diggity says, take some ramen, cook it in a little water, let the noodles loose, mix in 2 eggs, throw some butter in a pan, cook that be on each side till it's brown. You're welcome. I just saved you $13.50. Oh, you still have $13.50. Very nice. So what I do is I actually, because I love eggs. You know, scrambled eggs, sunny side up eggs, boiled eggs, shrimp, bubble shrimp, So I love eggs. So what I do is I actually crack the eggs. I put it in the bowl of water, and I nuke it for like 4 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. And then the water's still hot. Throw in some ramen in there. Boom, you're set. I love it. I love it. I haven't had ramen in a while, but I always have some for emergency. Like, you need ramen for emergency, guys. You really do. It's a lifesaver. It can be. Let's see here. One on the list. Me Damien says, sounds good. Awesome, man. Yeah. Restaurants are expensive. KD says, I ate ramen when I was broke. Yeah. The above was my favorite recipe. Ramen pie is king, but anybody being bougie, yeah. Yeah, me, I'll still eat ramen. You know, I have some. I don't eat it too often, but there will be times where, like, you know what, I want some ramen. So I eat it. That stuff can stay good forever. I've had it for, I actually bought it when we were out of electricity and water and everything for like 4 days. As soon as we got everything back on, man, that's the first thing I did was buy a thing of ramen. I had canned foods, but man, I bought a thing of ramen, and every once in a while I was like, you know what? Let me get some ramen. See here. Mario says, the problem is that people come here to get the fish. Yep. And you are trying to teach them how to fish, but they're too lazy and they go for, yeah. I 100%. Crypto Creek is still here. With wave 4 pullback, hit 0.5 and reversed. We're gonna look at that right now. So I went over what I wanted to go over. We're gonna look at that right now. KD says, so true, Mario. I try to stay on track. Doesn't always work, but I've learned a ton and try to stay in the charts versus, yeah. I couldn't live without emergency noodles. Yeah, same here. All right. So let us look at this. This is YouTube. We went over this. The price was here yesterday. I was saying that we might come down in here, set your alert, then kind of look at it, see what's going to happen. Price may come up and then break below once again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this alert and then I'm just going to move it over. So if it does hit the alert again, well, then now I'm going to hopefully follow it. Is it going to go up or is it going to come down? These yellow dots are my decision points. So this is CAS and what I think it might do. This is my plan A. Here's my plan B. And we'll see if this plays out. So, oh yeah, I forget. They updated it, so I can't do it like that anymore. I have to go over here. And this is YouTube rapid fire. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at WIF, WIF, and it's just going to be the regular one, USDT, and we will see if it's on Blowfin. Okay. Yes, it is. Good. Okay, it's come down. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier as far as buying the dip. Could you buy it right now? Sure, why not? Would I? No, too risky. So here's where I would pull my favorite retracement from. It went beautiful to the 0.5. Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. Would I buy it? Nope. But Joe, it went to the 0.5. Don't you always talk about that? I sure do. However, it's just too risky for me. Joe, the greater the risk, greater reward. Very true. Very true. It has a 550 million market cap. And of course, with this one, it is a meme coin and could easily do this, where it comes up and then gets rejected here, comes down, tries to fight again, and comes all the way down here, and then now we come up. This is what it could do. Am I willing to risk it? No. I would be safer, it would be safer if we bought the break of a newly created high. For example, price is coming down here, coming down, and then here I wouldn't buy because it's too risky. But Joe, it went up. Can't you see it? But one thing I am not a hindsight hustler. I won't say, oh, I'm going to enter now because I see that it went up. No, these are my rules, and you can verify my rules. Oh, here's another thing too. Do not trust anybody, especially me. I could be saying all this stuff, you know, I want to get rich with you and not because of you. And I'm showing you everything I know and blah, blah, blah. I could be conning you right now. Oh man, Joe, he's so great. And you know, we can relate. No, it could be a con. I could literally be, oh, Joe, I think you're conning by saying you're not conning. Exactly. Do not trust anybody. Always verify. Verify if the stuff I'm teaching you works. Here, I wouldn't do it. It's too risky. Here, sure. Breaks this level. I'm in, but we might get rejected here. So at the time, so this is how I use the replay. I do not base my decision off of what I see that already happened. I base it off of what I teach. So here, magneto on, here's my zone. And there's a bunch of different names for this. I just call this a zone. I'm thinking I might get rejected here. And here's the level I wanted to break. I think what's going to happen right now, and my memory is horrible, so I don't actually remember what happened. I know it went up eventually, but I'm thinking it might come up to here, come down, and either do this to maybe come back in here and now go up, or if it breaks this, then we continue our down. is what I'm thinking. And now what I would recommend to you is do the same thing. Have this as a practice. You know, do this, and regardless of what already happened, like what would you think in this moment? This is what I would think. So for me to buy, I would need to see it do, here's another, I would really like to see this. But if it does retrace, it can come back as far. Now, why am I saying this? If we pull the fib retracement from here, and let's say it comes all the way up, I'm looking at it coming about 50% here before going up. But I'm not entering just because it comes down. I'm entering because it breaks a level. This is what I'm waiting for. So let's get rid of this. Let's just see what happened. I'm not going to waste y'all's time. Okay. So it went up. Would I enter here? I'd have my alert here. Would I enter here? No. Why not? Joe, it went up. I'm not a hindsight hustler. I'm not a replay millionaire like everybody else is. Here I have my alert. My alert goes off. I look to see what happened. It had this huge move. I'm expecting to pull back to at least here now. I don't even care what about this. I'm looking at this right now. This is why I teach in the moment. See, me, Damien says, can you look at Ruin? Yeah, definitely. I appreciate the suggestion too. Ruin looks like it's bottoming out. You could be buying the dip. Love it. On that one. Username says, knock, knock, MFers. That's funny. So yeah, we'll be doing that one, and we'll be buy the dip, question mark. Okay, so for whiff, should I buy now? So let's go ahead and delete all this stuff. 10 drawings, get out of here. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's look. Would I buy right now? Definitely not. Let's see here. Let's pull this back up again. Let's go from this low to this high. It did touch there, which is good. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. We can see that it's starting to potentially bounce, but I do think that it might. I don't know. Nobody knows, and I'm not willing to take this risk. It might come up here to come down to do something like this. So I'd have to wait. Now, if it does break this level, which is kind of unlikely in my opinion, then we could enter the trade. Let's say it does something like this. What we want to do is we want to set our alert about here, which all you got to do is click on this and it'll set your alert. I'm not going to do alert because I don't like the setup. Then you're good. And what you could also do is and the alert is set at 0.5988. You can also set an alert down here in case the price does roll over. You get alerted, and what you're looking for is something like this, where it breaks the newly created high. Now you can enter, and then as it's going up and it breaks another high, you can add to your entry. Could I be wrong? Could it go up 90% right now? Sure. The likelihood of it doing so is very less. Is not probable. I mean, it's probable because it's crypto, but it's unlikely. All right. So to answer the question, should you buy now? In my opinion, this is never financial advice, but I wouldn't. This huge dump, you're thinking, oh, it's gonna pump now, kind of like it did here, and then what happened? Huge pump, and then so it's not sustainable. If it does come up, I think it's gonna roll over. We'll see. Ask me tomorrow on this coin. Now tomorrow we go live at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday and Sunday is at 4, and we try to do just an hour. Let's see here. So username uses a dartboard to trade, and his dartboard says pass on Sunday trading. There you go. Very nice. Now, could you be scooping up some of these coins? Yeah, definitely. Sure. Of course. This is a mindset of either an investor or a trader who, sees certain things. But let's look at Ruin, and let's go Bluffing. Okay. Okay, this one does look nice. Let's go to the daily time frame. So on the daily, a lot of coins did this too, where they just dumped. We had a level right here. Okay, and then a level right here, just continue to dump. Let's go to a 4-hour time frame. So there's a couple things I don't like right now on the 4 hour. Price went up, and instead of going about 50% to fight and try to attack this level, it just came all the way back down. I don't like that. It's not showing any fight to me. It's not showing any strength at the moment on the 4 hour. So let me just kind of examine the 4 hour again. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking at the price action, looking at the candles, the candle bodies, looking at the strength, see how it moved. It's breaking levels. This level's pretty strong. So this level's pretty strong because this is the top of a candle body close, and you can see we got support here. It broke through here, and then it's kind of dancing here. Went up, bull trap, coming down. Go to a 1 hour. I'm trying to look for bullishness on this. At the moment, all I can see is bearish. So I think it'll come down before going up. It's 1 hour. And this is why it's very important, because as soon as I open this, I think it was open like this. And this is like, okay, not too bad. More than likely it's going to bounce here. I don't know what else is happening. So this is why it's extremely important to zoom out. Very important. But if we look at it on a macro picture, we can see, and I'm trying my absolute best to see where we have more touches. So this is what I'm trying to find, something that matches up with this or something with this, maybe this. But this level does match up with it. You don't really need that. I'm just trying to show you that it matches up other places. But this is the level that I want. And I think it's gonna come down. 1 hour. Went up, down, losing momentum, trying to fight. About equal highs almost. Rolling over. I don't like the fact that it came all the way back down. So from here to here is my bounce zone. This is what I think is going to happen. I don't know. And I'd recommend coming back in tomorrow and seeing if this happened. I think it's going to go into this zone right here, creating a lower high, coming down here, and then coming down. That's what I think is going to happen. And then plus, with the market not being so incredibly bullish, that would also lead to my decision on it more than likely coming down to up. But the fact that it came all the way down here, it's showing weakness. If it would have gone halfway or maybe a third, then I'd say, okay, yeah, we can enter the trade now because it's bouncing and it may be going against Bitcoin. But at the moment, I'm not sure what the market cap is on this one. But at the moment, I think that we may come up, but the overall picture is down. And this, like for me, I would enter here. I wouldn't enter a short anywhere before this. 3%, that's nothing. We can do 10%. And then the stop loss. For me, the stop loss, depending on where the pivot is, where the pivot might be here, it's kind of ugly. I would like to do a 2-to-1 risk to reward, but this is just my first target. My second target would be about here. I don't know if we'll get anything more than that. So this is what I would think. But I don't know. I would need more. I would need more data. I would maybe in like 12 hours, 16 hours, we can see, is it coming up and then starting to roll over? If so, then depending on if I feel aggressive, I can enter this trade, and that way my stop loss is like one. No, I'll probably do it up here now, about 5%. So we'll see. But I think it's going to come up before coming down. So what I'd recommend is, tomorrow, ask me about this same coin, and now we can follow it, see if it played out. Let's see here. Swing trades I never hold. There you go. There you go. All right, so let's see if Crypto Billy's on. Oh, so Crypto Billy showed up yesterday. And I told him, hey man, like, you haven't been on forever, but I get it. He doesn't like that I talk about certain somebody. And oh, so here's the thing, guys. For me, and I mentioned this the other day too. For me, it's extremely important to warn you about different traders out there, and especially if they're teaching and they have a course and they have a mentorship, and they're bamboozling people out there. Now, for me, I will always advise people against certain people. And there's certain people that won't do that because, well, it's, they just want to talk nice about people. And I get it. I understand it. It's respectable. However, I made this announcement, I think it was yesterday, where if I had, let's say, a sister, no, because that would be, okay, yeah, let's say my sister. My sister really likes my best friend. My best friend is super cool. He's energetic. He's, loves to go on vacation. He's got money. He's funny, everything like that. And my sister, who I love to death, she wants to, get with them and, have some fun or whatever. And my buddy is like, I know his history. I know he is very, let's just put it this way, he puts females in hospitals and they never report him or anything like that. It's a bad situation, and they end up being afraid of him, and just horrible situation. Now, as a brother to my sister who's thinking about hooking up with them or just having fun or whatever, would I say, you know what, let her find out? Heck no. I would never say that to her. I would never say, just let him find out. I would warn her, you do not want to be with that guy. That guy is bad because of X, Y, and Z. That's what I would say. And just like if there's piranhas in a, area of water, and I see swimmers going to jump in there, would I say, let them find out? No, I want to warn them. So that's my concept when it comes to warning people about certain people who bamboozle people. That's my goal. My goal is to warn people. And there's a lot of people out there that don't want to do it. And they're just, you know what? Let them find out. To me, that's the wrong type of attitude. Now, one thing that I'm sure y'all already know, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Here to make you money. This is why I'm here. I'm showing you what I do and how I do it, how I make my money. And there's a lot of people who do not like the old man attitude where I don't care. So just give you a heads up. Hey, Crypto Prince is here. So is Crypto Billy on right now? I tried forwarding to him. I even called him out on my, he was actually here yesterday. I actually called him out on it too. It was like, hey man, I used to be able to forward to you and now I can't. Did y'all change something on your YouTube? And he never answered it. I asked Jesse to ask too. Crypto Princess, ask Crypto Billy. I know Crypto Billy doesn't, I don't want to say doesn't. Let me be very careful with the words I use. I know Crypto Billy has a huge network. Then each one of those people have a huge network. And I love the dude. And I talk about a certain somebody because this person bamboozles people all the time. And Crypto Billy and his entire crew, I think, like edifies this guy who is literally wrecking you traders. It's either one, that shows the experience of the people who are edifying this trader, or two, it shows that networking is more important. So again, people don't like me, Crypto Princess. People don't like me. People do not like that I speak the truth. I have a very, very small circle because of that reason. I love Crypto Billy, trying to get people to his channel, but I don't know. I used to be able to do it until like a month ago. I think that was the last time he was here too. I talked about that certain person. And oh well. All right, guys. Well, I came forward to him. You know. All right, let me do this. Let's see. Put a one in the chat, guys. Put a one in the chat if you're still here. Just very curious if y'all are still here. Put a 1 in the chat. And we're already finished up too. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show. Today's show was primarily on showing, man, I can't even find it now. Nope. Oh, go to my channel. Watch my videos. Smash the like. Do comments. But today was on how to buy the dip. Also, how do you know it's the bottom? Also, how to confirm and verify that the people you're watching know what they're doing. And again, we're all learning, but if they get these questions and they don't know, well, then they're gonna, I guarantee it, they're gonna do their homework. So the next time they get that question asked, they're gonna, this is what it is. Boom. So give you a heads up. All right, let's see here. All right, that's all I got. Oh, here you go. Gosh darn it, I clicked it again. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to get this window. There we go. Okay. So that's it, guys. I do thank you very much. I really don't have any music. You know what? In honor of, let's do fake gurus. No, this is see, how's CCM? I'm a horrible friend. Tell you that right now. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm hoping he's doing good. I won't know until tomorrow when we go live at 11. Mario says, sometimes you need to let them fall so they can learn to get up. It's true. I just, man, it just irks me that like everybody like loves this dude and it's like his stuff is trash. For example. Oh man, this dude is so freaking garbage. Okay, right here. This guy will draw a trend line. He would do this. This is a bull flag or a bull pennant. No, it's not. Patterns are a part, trend lines are a part of patterns. You need to have trend lines to create your patterns. Well, what are you talking about, Joe? Well, shoulder, head, shoulder. These are all trend lines. Every single one of these things is a trend line. So your trend lines actually create the pattern. You don't create the pattern with a trend line. You don't do that. This is what he does. And he wrecks people. And today, I saw some people doing this too. And I let them know, it's like, you're watching that scammy cup and handy guy way too much. Some people refer to him as Thai guy. You're watching him way too much. This is dangerous. And then, you have a candor 2 come out. And then what do? They do this now. No, this is the worst thing you can do. It screams to me that you need more training. It screams to me. This is awful, guys. Trying to save people. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Very good. Let's listen to the Scammy Cup and Handy. Why not? Let's go. 3, 2, 1. My name is Joe, also known as Trading Tuition. Do I know everything? Nope. Do I claim to be a super hardcore person who wins every single trade and join my group and this, that, blah, blah? Nope. If you want access to me, here you go. Reach out to me, trade_intuition. But I show you how to trade every single day. I show you all the tips and tricks. Like, I will make you money, not financial advice, but I will make you money, not financial advice. And join the group. I'm showing you that I know what I'm talking about versus getting rich off of you. All right, let's look at somebody who does the opposite, which is most people. Scammy Cup and Handy. My name is Joe. Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
They selling dreams but never back it up. Talk a big game but never stack it up. If you ask the wrong question, they acting all tense. Cause deep down, they know they lack common sense. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Fake gurus won't teach you less you pay that fee. They ain't trading, just selling some false belief. They got echo chambers all filled with clones. Not in agree, don't think on your own. Asking real questions, watch them get mad. Talking circles when they don't understand. Tricking new traders with hype and some lies, showing rented cars, flexing fake lifestyles. Fake gurus won't teach you, gotta pay to play. Acting like pros, but they trading in replay. Don't ask questions, they dodge and deflect. Cause it might just expose what they don't know yet. Echo chambers, just hype and noise. Tricking new traders with rented toys. Trade intuition, keeps it real, no flex, just facts. Trade intuition, put the truth on the track. They promise riches, they promise gold. But where's the proof? They never show. Just a flashy site, a paid group. Same old scam, man. You know the name that rhymes with scam. They don't trade, they just post receipts. Screenshots cropped so you can't see the heat. Acting like bosses, acting like kings. But without their sign-ups, they ain't got a thing. Fake gurus won't teach you, gotta pay to play. Acting like pros, but they trading in replay. Don't ask questions, they dodge and deflect. Cause it might just expose what they don't know yet. Echo chambers, just hype and noise. Tricking new traders with rented toys. Trade intuition, keeps it real, no flex, just facts. Trade intuition, put the truth on the track. They don't want you to think, they just want your cash. Feeding you lies so their pockets get fat. But trade intuition is here to change that. To show you the way. With daily live streams, not a dream. Forget the noise, focus on skill, price, action's the key. That's how you build, keep it simple, no magic plan. Just patience, discipline, a real trader's stand. Yeah. No flex in here, I don't need to pretend. No rented cars, just charts and trends. You wanna grow, then put in the grind. Forget the scams, develop your mind. No shortcuts, no magic key, just risk control and strategy. Trade intuition teaches for free. Live streams on deck while they just sell you dreams and a false success. Fake gurus won't teach you, gotta pay to play. Acting like pros, but they trading in replay. Don't ask questions, they dodge and deflect. Cause it might just expose what they don't know yet. Echo chambers, just hype and noise. Tricking new traders with rented toys. Trade intuition keeps it real, no flex, just facts. Trade intuition, put the truth on the track. Yeah, don't let them trick you. Don't get scammed. Watch out for the scammy cup and handy.
That's right, guys. Watch out for the scammy cup and handy. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are great. You guys are absolutely great. Take care, guys.